the news yesterday, LSU President William Tate headed to Rutgers. LSU will be looking for a new president. Look, we are not going to pretend that we are
not my arena.
Very well educated in this arena, this area, because we are not. But I do know that President Tate loved athletics, and as much as the president of the university is important in many different realms, the saying is true that athletics are the front porch of your school, whether that is a high school and whether that is a university. I can vividly remember whenever I was a freshman at LSU, just a short 5 years ago. It was 2020. It was COVID, all of that, whatever. But I remember when people would introduce themselves and be like, where are you from? And they'd say some state that's not Louisiana. They'd be like, well, why did you choose LSU? And they would say, oh, well, I saw them win the national championship last season. Like that. That's the reason why they picked LSU as their school, was they saw a football national championship won, and they say, no, I want to go learn there, I guess, and be a part of that culture. So as much as the academic part is important, athletics are the front porch of your school. Everything goes up, whether it's, admissions, revenue, all of that goes up when athletics are good. And William Tate was somebody that supported that, pushed for that. The alignment was the term that was used when Brian Kelly got here, when Scott Woodward got. The whole deal was alignment. And from Tate to Woodward to Kelly, from Tate to Woodward to Johnson, from Tate to Woodward to Mulkey, there was alignment. You look at LSU women's basketball's practice facility, you look at their practice gym, William Tate's on the wall, and his wife are on the wall. I think, they supported fully that program and were a major factor in why it's grown to what it has at LSU. And, feel how you want to feel about all these different things. This is a guy that supported the athletic programs at LSU and was a part of that alignment that's brought LSU to where it is now, where you've won national championships consistently the last few years, whether it's gymnastics, baseball, women's basketball, hopefully football again soon, and maybe even baseball again soon. You've won national championships as William Tate has been your president, and now LSU will be on the search for a new one. And one of the things that's got a lot of people feeling a certain way, either side of how you feel about it, is who is selecting that new president. Obviously, William Tate was selected by Louisiana's past governor, John Bel Edwards. And now, obviously, Louisiana has a new governor in Jeff Landry. Most will remember him as the man who brought Omar into Tiger Stadium and cursed LSU football. That was when he really got in the LSU storylines, limelight, and there was some headbutting between Landry, his and him wanting to make that decision.
My constituents.
And the university. I don't think the university was very big fans, and I think this is pretty well known, of bringing Omar, a live tiger that's being shipped from Florida, into Tiger Stadium on a Saturday night.
Not Mike, right?
And not Mike at all. Mike is still in his cage, and there's another tiger in Tiger Stadium who is on drugs. I'm going to full Stephen A. Smith. They brought Omar the tiger into the stadium who was on crack. He was on that was the most drugged up tiger. Most drugged up tiger I've ever seen in my life. He was asleep the whole time.
He missed it.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
Great game to fall asleep to.
Yeah, I wish I would have been sleeping too, Omar. But that's when Jeff Landry, obviously there was some headbutting there. Now Landry will be making his pick for who the president will be. Over time, I don't think this is something that really happens too fast usually. I remember when Tate was selected, it was maybe a year or so after F. King Alexander had been gone. There was an interim in between that choice. So we'll see where it goes. Obviously, it has to be approved by the Board of Supervisors, but the Board of Supervisors are also selected by the governor when their term comes up. I think Landry has selected 3 Board of Supervisors, which gives him the majority vote. So really, it's just kind of a stamp of approval regardless of who the governor picks. So that's obviously something to keep an eye on because it's going to play a factor in athletics. We don't want to discount that. Obviously, it's a bigger umbrella that it covers because this is the president of Louisiana State University. This isn't the athletic director. This is the president of the school. And so it's going to have effect academically, but from our standpoint and our focus when it comes to athletics, William Tate was a man that was part of the alignment that has brought LSU athletics to where it is now, and he is now headed to Rutgers. So we'll see, what's to come, who the selection is. But obviously, best of luck to President Tate and his time at Rutgers, and best of luck to Governor Landry to find who is next. Hopefully, it is not Omar the Tiger as the next president of Louisiana State University, as Hollingsworth said in the chat. We shall see what that decision is, and it's going to be a lot to talk about because this is an important position in from the university standpoint. But like I said, to athletics, this is a vital spot that has to be aligned with what the athletic director and some of the head coaches and the other people are focusing on. So we'll see where it goes. But that was something that came across the newswire yesterday.
God bless us all.
That was pretty important and was going to carry a pretty heavy weight into what it looks like moving forward for LSU. We'll see what happens. LSU's set to begin the search for the university's next leader following yesterday's news. Tate is the president at Rutgers.
What's your confidence level in Mr. Landry?
Not very high from what I've seen so far. Some of the decisions that have been. I mean, the Omar the Tiger. Didn't you go to the school across the bridge?
Across the base.
TSAB. He's a ULL graduate, is he not? He's a Lafayette boy.
USL.
Now making the selection for LSU's president. Tate's quote was, "This was a distinctly difficult decision and one I did not take lightly. LSU, its students, faculty, staff, and supporters are all incredible and inspirational. You will forever stay in my heart." So, President Tate headed to Rutgers as their new president.
Two claps for President Tate?
2 claps, ready. Shout out to President Tate, all he did for LSU, the university, but most importantly from our standpoint, the athletics, as he was a part of that alignment that's brought LSU to where it is on the success standpoint. We appreciate him. We'll see where the university heads and who the next president will be at LSU. And there's going to be a bunch of dominoes that kind of fall when that happens because, I mean, you want, obviously, your president to support your athletic director and all those things. Like, this is going to add a whole bunch of wrinkles into something that I feel like LSU finally got into a relatively good spot.
God forbid.
Like LSU finally had the kumbaya between Tate and Woodward, and it felt like it was in a really good place. And that is no longer. We'll see where the university goes with this, or the governor goes with this decision, and what it looks like for the university. We'll cover that as time